Welcome back to Late Night Terrorvision, and this is literally how I decided today's episode. So let's see what episode the Wheel of Fate will select for me. The Odyssey of Flight 33. I know absolutely nothing about this episode, so this should be fun. Now, there was another episode of Tales from the Crypt that someone wanted me to take a look at, but I don't know, I just felt like seeing the Twilight Zone today. Now, this is usually the part where I explain what the Twilight Zone is, but unless you're so young your brain hasn't yet developed the point of cognitive memory, you more than likely already know. So for the fetuses out there, The Twilight Zone was the sci-fi horror show created by host Rod Serling. The original show lasted 5 seasons. A feature film released in 1983, it got rebooted in 1985 and lasted till 1989, got a much beloved Disney ride, the Tower of Terror, in 1994. Oh, how I miss you, my friend. Rebooted again in 2002 and lasted a single year, and got rebooted a 4th time in 2019 and was hosted by Jordan Peele. So again, I reiterate, if you don't know what the Twilight Zone is, I must assume you are in fact a fetus. Today, the CR Creep TV is broadcasting the Odyssey of Flight 33, the 18th episode of Season 2 of The Twilight Zone. The episode follows the flight crew of a commercial aircraft flying from London to New York City, when out of nowhere, the plane mysteriously gains in speed seemingly on its own. Will this episode prove to be a first-class fright into the unknown? Or is this a flight that should have stayed grounded? The episode begins with the flight crew of Global Flight 33 going about their work in the cockpit.
Hey, Magellan, how about a flight progress report?
Coming up, Skipper.
Global 33 receiving okay.
We'll be about 4 minutes behind flight plan at 30 degrees west.
Check. Captain Gander wants to know if you intend an altitude change after we pass 30 west.
Advise Gander negative.
Negative on altitude change.
Better get used to all the pilot talk in this episode, because there's going to be a lot of it. It's not too distracting, in my opinion. It just adds a flavor of realism to the episode, but I can see where some people might find it a little dull. Another thing that's going to make this review hell for me is that the first time watching, I did not catch any of the characters' names. So bear with me, I'm going to be referring to these people by the call signs that Skipper, played by John Anderson, assigns them. Janie, played by Beverly Brown, I love her name. She sounds like a character that Pam Grier would play in one of her movies. Comes in to check the ETA to New York City. That's when Skipper feels something strange.
Oh, hold on a minute. You feel anything? Something funny? Like the sensation of speed.
A sensation also picked up from a Royal Air Force pilot traveling from London, played by Lester Fletcher.
It's odd. It's very odd indeed. I had the strangest sensation of speed.
And he never shows up again. Why was he here? The plane's navigator, Magellan, played by Sandy Kenyon, reports that they are traveling at a ground speed of 900 miles per hour. For those of you who aren't plane savvy, the average modern commercial plane travels between 5 to 600 miles per hour, so yeah, they are making incredible time.
2100.
Oh, I hope the wings stay on. Very well, don't worry about the wings. It's the true airspeed that counts. Ground speed means nothing.
Getting faster and faster by the literal second, Second Officer Wyatt, played by Wayne Heffley, tries to get in contact with ground control.
It's no soap. Can't raise anyone.
Now without ground contact and reaching speeds exceeding 3,000 knots, Skipper assumes they flew into the mother of all airstreams, and the only thing they can do is ride it out and pray they can escape sometime soon. It's then the legend himself appears, claiming that what we are about to see isn't the fault of the plane nor the crew, for the phenomenon that is occurring is outside of their control.
This aeroplane is heading into an uncharted region well off the beaten track of commercial travelers. It's moving into the Twilight Zone. What you're about to see we call the Odyssey of Flight 33.
The mystery, though simple, is unusual and pretty enticing. You are immediately gripped by what's going on, and to see characters so believable and experienced become this stressed and worried builds some pretty damn strong tension. That tension is shattered pretty early, though, when the plane travels so fast it breaks the sound barrier.
Like a sound shock wave. As if we'd gone past the speed of sound.
When I saw this, I immediately called what was happening, but that's no fault of the episode, but more so the fault of the times. The phenomenon was only just beginning to be theorized back when this episode came out. Today, there have been several movies, TV shows, cartoons who use this same setup and premise. The shockwave knocks out the radar equipment, so Skipper decides to slowly lower the altitude to see if they can spot a landmark of some kind to determine their course. And that's when they see something strange.
That's Manhattan Island down there.
Manhattan Island? How could it be Manhattan Island? Where's the skyline? Where are all the buildings?
First Officer John Craig, played by Paul Kami, which is a very unfortunate name for the 1950s, spots something even more bizarre outside of his window.
Skipper, verify something for me, would you? And in a hurry? Look!
Oh god. There's some kind of fucking Ewok on the wing. No, it's something far stranger and more perplexing. There is a certain childish giddiness that I feel every time I see a stop-motion dinosaur. Yes, you've probably guessed it, they've traveled back in time. Somewhere in some time, Doc Brown is gloating his ass off.
It took Flight 33 breaking the sound barrier. It only took me traveling at 88 miles per hour. Suck my old ass!
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Skipper decides to fly back into the airstream, hypothesizing that if they break the sound barrier again, it should send them back where they came. Whether or not it will send them back to their own time is slim, but it's a chance they're gonna have to take considering their fuel supply is beginning to run low. They make the jump again. This time, when they lower altitude, they see Manhattan Island once again. This time with the ever-familiar skyscrapers back where they belong. Never have I thought I'd miss the sound of constant police sirens and the sight of homeless people hurling expletives into oncoming traffic. They finally get in contact with ground control, telling them that they need to make an emergency landing and quick to refuel their jet engines. A concept that confuses dispatch.
What kind of aircraft is this?
This is a jet aircraft.
Did you say a jet aircraft?
They're cleared to land, but then, once again, they notice something strange, something that doesn't belong.
I know exactly what it is. It's the New York World's Fair.
Now I'm stuck with the ever-haunting vision that if they ever remade this episode, instead of the World's Fair, it'd probably be the World Trade Center. They decide against landing, instead opting again to fly into the airstream. This time, Skipper informs the passengers of the incredible circumstances that they find themselves in.
What I'm trying to tell you is that somehow, some way, in some manner, this aircraft has gone back into time.
And then, right when you're sitting at the edge of your seat, waiting to see where they'll end up next, the episode ends.
A global jet airliner, en route from London to New York on an uneventful afternoon in the year 1961.
Not gonna lie, I had no idea half an hour passed. Rod Serling caps off the episode by saying, "If at some moment, any moment, you hear the sound of jet engines flying atop the overcast, engines that sound searching and lost, engines that sound desperate, shoot up a flare, or do something. That could be Global 33, trying to get home from the Twilight Zone. And that was the Odyssey of Flight 33. Beautifully acted, great suspense, yet a wee bit underwhelming. It's a good episode for the time. Nowadays, this setup isn't all that new, but back when this episode first aired, I wouldn't doubt that it kept audiences guessing. My first experience with this kind of premise was the Powerpuff Girls episode Speed Demon, where the girls fly so fast they wind up breaking the speed of sound and travel to the post-apocalyptic future that they inadvertently caused. Superman has done it, Sonic the Hedgehog has done it, the Powerpuff Girls have done it. It's nothing that new today. But the episode is performed so believable and realistic that it carries the story despite already knowing where the story's going to go. Like I said, I had no idea half an hour came and went by the time the episode was finished, which shows the episode's quality but also leaves you wishing for just a little bit more. So what do you guys think of the episode? Are there any other episodes of The Twilight Zone I should check out for this show? And do I need to resort to the fucking wheel again? I know this episode went by fast, it's just that this episode, as good as it was way too piss easy to summarize. Not a whole lot happens outside of the cockpit, and the flow of the plot is so speedy, the summary itself wound up being speedy. So let me know what you want next. I might check out that Tales from the Crypt episode next. I already had some recommendations, so keep them coming. This has been Late Night Terrorvision. I've been Kyle the Otaku, and until next time, stay spooky.